And that way we're recording our meeting now. And so that way I'll send it to Rachel if she doesn't join us. So.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
And I did, if you don't mind, I'll kind of start it out and just kind of show some things that I was thinking about and get your thoughts. Earlier I shared a Google Doc with you guys too. I don't know if you had a chance.
I printed it off.
Okay, I'm going to go to that right now. So I'm going to click share my screen, and I should be able to, you should be able to see that. Can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and go to that Google Doc here that we were talking about, and help me if I'm like off base here or if this is like close to what I think we're supposed to do. Okay. So we're supposed to choose either multiple intelligence, differentiated instruction, creative teaching methods. One of those three topics.
I thought we were supposed to do all three.
That's what I was thinking, but everybody else only has one topic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, because it says that you research and learn more about the topic, it says. So I think we choose one of those.
Okay, sounds good.
And then what we have to do then is we have to do research. Well, we have to read the article in the book, which I haven't done any of that yet, but
I looked at the table of contents in the book. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's probably where I am too. But then we find research for the pros and cons of it. And then we have to talk about how we would implement that or have our presentation be like a call to action. I saw that in there too. And I think that's an important part because you put that in something else too.
Okay.
So I think that's kind of what we have to do.
All right, I'm going to grab my book.
Yeah,
you can keep talking.
And so then we have to put in a presentation. And since that's kind of like what I do with my tech stuff, I did look at eMaze, and I'll show you that here in a minute, why I kind of like that one, it's a new one. But I looked at Prezi this morning too, and that one was kind of good too. So there's a lot of template options in there that we could use that might actually fit our thing better. eMaze, I just liked it because, and I'll show you here too what I thought about that. But do you think that's what the project sounds like to you guys so far too?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to show you that eMaze just because, and again, I might be just dazzled by the coolness of it, and maybe it's not going to work with our topic, a pro or con, but I just thought it was cool. So let me go in here and see if it'll let me.
I've heard of Prezi before.
Yeah.
But I've never heard of eMaze, so.
Let me go. And the one I liked, it's like you're walking in a museum. And, okay, so it's like this one I had. And when you go to the next one, isn't that cool?
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Isn't that neat? So that, and again, this is just like the bells and whistles that I'm like, oh, this is cool. But I don't know if it really fits what we're trying to do, but it could, I think.
Yeah. You can make it what you want,
Right.
So this one, it is free. And it just kind of keeps going through this like museum or whatever. But what and for us to collaborate on it together, that would be a paid thing. But what I was thinking is that I could create just a username and password that all of us could use, because the chances of us being in here at the same time adding stuff probably wouldn't happen very often or at all.
Right.
Right.
We could do that. So, I think Stephanie's joining us. I see another box there. Stephanie, can you hear us?
I'm Stephanie, but Rachel.
I'm sorry. Rachel. Rachel, can you hear us? She's got her
microphone off, doesn't she?
Yeah, you have your microphone on mute, Rachel. And I can't turn that off either. I'm guessing she can probably hear us. So, and Rachel, just so you know, we just recorded what we did so far already, so we can refer back to it, and I'll send you the link too if we're having any technical difficulties. What was I saying? Oh, so this presentation was one that we were just showing, and I think I'm out of it now. Hold on. There we go. So again, that just kind of goes through, work with me. Okay, so then that was just it. But I think this will grow with us. But like I said, we could do just one username and password. We could all get into and use that one.
Mhm.
Now,
Right.
Prezi, we can go in and we can work collaboratively at the same time as well as individually too. So, and they do have tons and tons of templates to choose from here too. And some of these might be a little more adjustable to what we're looking at too. I just looked at a couple new ones that they had this morning, and really, for you to get the grasp of what these are all like, you really need to click on one and then hit play. Like I thought this one was kind of cool. This is a new one, the desktop one. And if you go in and click present, and then you use like your space bar, and it shows you how it flows through everything. And that kind of gives you an idea of what it will look like. And you can change all of the words, pictures, all that stuff in here too. It's just basically you're getting the theme and the path is what you're kind of saving.
Right.
That was just one, and I can click escape too here, but
So is e-maze, would you consider that more like we would put all the information on one, I guess you would say, photo, like, or print, like if it were in a museum, and then, or does it animate it throughout it? You know, as you click, it would bring up your next bullet, or is it just, do you think it's just all one paragraph there at one time?
probably the one paragraph. Yeah, I think
Okay.
you're right on that.
Not that it makes a difference, I just was curious.
Yeah. That would be my thinking is that we'd probably have a picture or something and text by it or something.
That's what I would have seen too, yeah.
Yeah. But if we could decide, you know, and we can look at both of them this week if you could too, and then there's other presentations out there, but I mean, really, if she wants us to kind of use technology and go a step further, these are two, you know, ones that are, Prezi's been around for a long time, but at least these two from my realm are a little bit more advanced. I did try to look at Haiku Deck too, but that I wasn't all that impressed. That's just a slideshow that, you know, it's nothing more than a PowerPoint online pretty much too. So I just thought these two had a little more features
Mhm.
that might get us some.
She just said something other than PowerPoint, right? Be creative and use something other than PowerPoint. So
Are you guys leaning?
I will defer to the technology specialist in the group.
That would be me.
That would be you. I will do whichever one you think would, you know, I'm game for either or.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never used or heard of either of them, so it really wouldn't make a difference to me.
Then maybe we should go with Prezi then too, just because, I don't know. I'll look at them too and stuff, but if you guys haven't ever used Prezi before, I really do see you using that one. There's a lot of templates to choose from. You might be more apt to use that one, maybe more so than eMaze, possibly, but I'll kind of look through them again and stuff. But and you guys,
And we could work on it simultaneously, correct? If
right.
on Prezi?
And that's the bonus with Prezi is that we could all get in there at the same time, which that might be the winning thing because I did try to get in to eMaze. I pretended like I was two people at the same time getting in, and it did not work. It shut me out, and
Okay.
so maybe Prezi's should be our vote then. Do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So then,
I assume Prezi would be like Google Docs, where if I were typing, my copy would be one color, yours would be another color.
yeah. In fact, we have this little avatar that floats around that has your name under it, so it kind of shows what you're doing. It's kind of cool.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. All right. So we'll go back to the thing, and then maybe we should just put down that we'll do Prezi then here. Is
Yep.
that cool?
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. And then I just was kind of thinking that for us to kind of keep going, that maybe this week, if we could choose our topic, we did the presentation tool, and maybe just start reading the articles and maybe try to look for some research too. I know everybody's kind of busy and stuff too, and I am too, but I just thought maybe if that's our goal, that we can try and look at that stuff.
Okay, Rachel just commented. She says, I can hear you. Can you see this? She put did you see that at the bottom of the screen?
Yeah, where it says chat.
Yeah, I just said that. So yeah, we saw it, Rachel.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
I can't hear or participate. I'm going to try another device. I can't hear you. Okay. So, and Rachel, did you hear before that I'm recording this? So, and I'll upload it to my YouTube thing. I record everything I do. And then I'll just send you the link too, so you didn't miss anything. How's that sound? Is that cool? Okay, great. So I guess maybe now we should look at topics. Is there anything that sticks out to you guys that you're like, ooh, I'd like to do that maybe?
Do you think we need to verify that it's only one and not all three?
Probably. Maybe that's a good point.
Just in case, because I don't know why she would give us three and everybody else just one.
Yeah, I don't either. But it also made me wonder, why would she list all three? Wouldn't, instead of her just saying, this is the one you want to do, I want you to do.
Right.
Well, I'm wondering, because the book, I think the book's divided up in these sections.
So I think do you think ours is unit 2 then in the book?
I do.
I do too. The theories of learning and implications.
Yeah. Because I looked at that and I'm like, okay, that's some of the, when I did thumb through the book, it looked like those other topics were just sections of the book. So we have this section.
Yeah, and they do kind of all to go together. I mean, you differentiate instructions because of multiple intelligence levels.
Right.
And you have to be creative in your teaching when you differentiate.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they kind of all go together.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't think it would be difficult to address all three necessarily, but and some, I think, because they are tied to each other, but I think too, maybe we should ask her to make sure that.
I agree.
Just double check.
Yeah.
We're not doing more work than we need to.
Right.
We're not focusing on what she wants us to.
Yeah. So is there any of those that you guys, let's pretend that she says one of them. Wishful thinking. And is there any of them that you guys are leaning towards any one over the other?
I do a lot of differentiating, but that doesn't mean it's what I have to do. Rachel says creative differentiation.
Okay.
So do you mean differentiated instruction, Rachel? Yes, we have to meet all learners?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Yeah, because I think being differentiated in your classroom does require you to be very creative, particularly with those advanced kids.
Right.
And I just took the differentiated learning class too, and I've got a lot of research on that too, and I'm doing it with my professional development with my teachers. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff too. I haven't done a whole lot with multiple intelligences, and I'm kind of curious about it. I haven't done a lot with it since I treated the teachers. I don't really do a whole lot with that. If I was, kindergarten, first grade, like I used to be, then I'd probably use that more too.
I don't do a lot with multiple intelligences either. So,
okay.
Stephanie, what do you teach again?
I teach kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
So, yeah. But I think what you're saying too, multiple intelligences, they touch with the differentiated instruction. So, because you're providing different opportunities for different individuals.
Okay.
So,
Rachel, you teach art, she says. What grade of art do you teach? Junior, or what level? 1 through K through 5. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And Deb, what grade level do you teach again?
I'm junior high, 7th and 8th, but I'm primarily 8th. So I'm 8th grade foods.
Okay.
So I'm your basic home ec teacher.
Gotcha.
So I have all levels in my classroom. It just depends on what kids get in, because there's a waiting list for foods. Kids sign up for it. So in the West Des Moines district at 8th grade, it's an elective. So not everyone takes it. They have to sign up for it. So it just depends on whether it fits in their schedule. So in my one classroom, I can have somebody, like right now, I have an associate in there for a girl who doesn't speak.
The microphone?
Then I have some ELP kids in there. So I have a really diverse, with my group, I can have ELP kids that are super smart in math, but can't figure out how to cut a recipe in half because they can't take it and apply it to real life experience. They can do the fraction, but they can't figure out how you're going to measure it with the utensils you've got.
Right.
And I've got my differentiated kids. I've got my Hispanic kids, my Bosnian kids, and then, my ones that can't read. So it's a real diverse classroom. So yeah, 8th grade is what I teach.
Cool.
So I'm game to
Can
do
you
it.
get-
Hey, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Oh, yay. Yay, husband. Thank you. Awesome. All right. Sorry. I'm here. I'm listening.
Great. We were just talking about choosing a possible topic. So differentiated learning, it sounds like you were kind of for that as well.
Yeah, I think, most of us have the spectrum of students, of learners in our class that we have to meet.
Yeah.
So it's very applicable to all of us.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Well, then I can send the instructor an email if you guys like, and just clarify that if we're supposed to do all three or one. And if we are doing just one, then am I safe to say that we'll do it on differentiated instruction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we'll put that up here just so we're good instruction. Okay, cool. And I think it'd be easy for us to show ways to how we can, how we all, put it into our classrooms and stuff. Call to action, that kind of like, how do we do a presentation that calls others to action? Does that mean we should supply like resources that they could use too? Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And possibly like the research that you said as well, showing, well, the importance. I mean, we all know the importance, but that doesn't mean everyone is seeking ways to differentiate.
True.
So why should I seek ways
Mm-hmm.
to differentiate?
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I can see that then. Because you just never know what call to action, like, does she really want us to like give them an assignment type of thing or challenge, I don't.
Inspiration.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that route. Okay, gotcha.
A place to start. Sometimes you feel overwhelmed and you don't know where to start.
Right.
So if you're providing them with the inspiration and a place to start, a resource. I just got done taking a class online from the AEA. It was called Pinterest in the Classroom.
How was that?
It was so cool. I made a board that we use in my school that'll be part of our teacher university that we're doing, or not teacher, parent university. And it all has all these pins that have to do with understanding the adolescent mind.
Oh, cool.
So I could see, doing a board that would have pins that give you ideas or ways to have diversity or diverse lessons. We could even do a little, one of the little art displays or museum displays, whatever you want to call that, that shows this is this is a resource for you to go to or something if we need to go that route too at the end of it. So
I love that idea. That's great.
So I'll try to share with you that board.
That'd be
Do
great.
you all go on Pinterest, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll do that.
That would be awesome. And I did notice too, as I'm flipping through the book over here and listening too, is that the diversity one has several articles on it. I mean, there's several things like closing the gap between, there's ethnic and racial things. There's also retention stuff. So maybe I should ask her too, like, do we have to narrow our differentiated instruction to a certain group, I wonder?
Yeah, that's true. Are you looking at the Thinking Sides book right now, Mary?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're in Unit 2. What page are you?
Well, I kind of earmarked a few pages that that were kind of, I think, our topics, but not that I'm not like fully thrilled about diving right into this book and reading every single article, but if I don't have to, I don't really want to.
No, I agree. I looked at the book and I'm like, oh my gosh, do I really have to read all this? Yeah. So did you start like on page 91? Is that where you started and went through there?
And I even looked at like 61. It says like schools, it says achievement gap between students and different ethnic and racial backgrounds. I mean, that's diversity too.
Yeah, it is.
Students with disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a real big expert on, our session will end in 10 minutes too, I just got a note just so you know.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'm not a big expert on special ed necessarily. I mean, at Kemper, we're not a whole big diverse group.
Right.
But with the teachers I teach, their ability level and their age levels is kind of where I kind of hit that. And there's definitely their tech ability levels. So I don't know. There's a lot of different diversity ones. So maybe I should ask her, if we have to read several of those. Or,
Yeah, because what were the other topics that she gave? I don't remember. I guess.
I have it here. It was like character education from middle school and high school, Common Core, state standards, and homework controversies.
Okay.
So those, I think, were kind of the other sections of the book.
Yeah.
I'm really thinking that she'll probably say just, it would be just one of those topics, and maybe we just choose one of the articles to kind of jump off from. But maybe I'm wrong too.
Right.
I don't know. I haven't spent a whole lot of time with this book, so.
Nor have I. This is the first time I've opened it.
Yeah. I've looked at it, but that's it.
Sorry.
It's one of those books that you look at and you're like, holy cow, the print is so small.
I know.
There's no pictures. Come on.
Well, it's one of those things, if I gave my students a handout that looked like that, that would end up in the recycling bin as they walked out the door. They would never look at it.
Yeah, so I don't like it when they give us stuff like this, like, okay, don't teach like this at all, but this is how we're teaching you.
Yeah, that's not how we're learning.
Yeah.
So then, Mary, basically, if you email her and ask which topic we should do, and then is there a particular section of the book that, we are supposed to be referring to or something so that we have a little more guidance? Because if we're thinking it, I'm sure the other people are wondering too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I'll ask too if we can choose a specific article or if we can cover several. Okay. Yeah. And what I'll do is I'll include you guys in, I'll carbon copy you guys in the email too so that you will all see it together. Okay?
Sounds great.
All right.
All right. Anything else you guys think we need to accomplish today?
I think we got a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So
And Mary, will you email the link to your YouTube page for the beginning that I missed?
You bet. I'll send it to all you guys actually. So that way you have it and we can refer back to it if we need to.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And did this work out okay? I know you had some issues getting on there, but did Zoom work okay? Do we want to maybe try and do this again?
I like it.
I do too.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Great. And I have an account and I do this all the time. So I have no problem setting those up for whenever. And Sundays typically in the afternoon or early evening work out okay for me. How about you guys? Is there a specific day time that works for you guys?
Sunday is fine for me.
Yeah,
I'm pretty flexible.
Okay.
Yep, this should be great.
Okay, awesome. Well, then we'll plan for some more Sundays and we'll kind of go from there, okay?
Okay.
Sounds good. So now
Excellent.
I can't do next Sunday. I will be out of town.
Okay.
If we needed to do something, I will be out of town next weekend. But I'll be back later in the day but you can get together without me and just, send me a copy of what you talked about or record it again, whatever.
Sure. Yep.
If you decide to go next Sunday. So.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, I'll send the emails out and we'll kind of go from there then, okay?
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Sounds great.
Thanks, Mary, for doing all this.
Sure, no problem. Take
Yes.
care, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.